What's going on, everybody? Genesis Jones here with Total G Shockers, and in this video we'll be going through a subscriber question. So Scott S asked for suggestions for another rugged yet classy watch under $300 to possibly replace or upgrade his Casio Pathfinder PAG240T. So in this video we'll go through those suggestions. So here we go. Alright, so I want to thank Scott S for asking this question. We at Total G Shockers were really excited to get this video out to you and the rest of the community. So let's jump into it. So first, let's look briefly at the PAG240T so that we can get a basis as to finding some alternatives for you. Alright, so with the Pathfinder PAG240T, there's the durable solar power, battery indicator, and rechargeable battery, which means that you don't have to bother replacing the batteries when your watch runs out of power. The thermometer displays temperature between 14 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and the barometer is able to alert you of approaching storms with the assistance of its atmospheric pressure measurements and graphs. The altimeter features automatic memory and has the ability to record up to 25 logs with high, low, and total altitude, date, and time so that you can keep track of your ascent and descent. The chronograph includes a countdown timer, a 1/100 stopwatch, 5 different alarm setups you can use daily, and the watch also has world time up to 31 time zones. This is 48 different cities, and sunrise sunset time so that you are always updated of the time while on the road. Now the titanium case has 100 meters of water resistance, while the LCD display's backlight is able to illuminate the dial after sunset. Now it has a big face so that people can easily tell the time, but it also is lightweight because the band is made out of titanium. And the soft flex lug joints where the plastic underside of the titanium band meets the case is another great feature on this watch, allowing the watch to wrap comfortably around your wrist, no matter how big or small your arm is. I mean, this watch provides a rugged look and has a robust exterior that is definitely suited for the true outdoorsman. And more than that, this watch looks really great no matter the occasion. It's elegant and classy enough to wear to work and to meetings, but it's also got a casual and sporty appeal to it, making it a great watch for outdoor activities as well. So the question is, what is a great watch that I can replace the Pathfinder PAG240T with, preferably most of the same features and also within the same price range, so under $300? Well, we definitely did some research and found some pretty great choices for you and was able to narrow it down to 4 watches. So let's get into some of the options that we researched for you and that we think will be a great next watch for you. So first we have the Casio Protract PRW3000. Now the Casio Protract PRW3000 is a great timepiece to start with. It's incredible advancements in size reduction, technology, overall wear, and more features than you can imagine. The Casio offers outdoorsmen, mountaineers, and bikers the perfect watch for those outdoor adventures. Now the ABC Direct buttons on the right of the watch are large with an anti-slip coating, and the icons positioned around the frame also make it easy to quickly identify the functions of each button. One thing to note is that the metal bezel with the mineral glass case are prone to scratching. The Casio Protract fits tightly around your wrist for a near unnoticeable grip. The urethane band fits comfortably, and importantly, its compact size and rugged design makes it look, for the most part, like a regular sports watch. Now, one of the things I like about the watch is the large, easy to read display, similar to the PAG240, which combines the day and date on the home screen. Now, the watch is highly customizable and has excellent luminosity. Casio has features like the atomic timekeeping, in which the watch receives live time calibration radio signals from all around the world, which then removes your need to adjust for time zone shifts. Now you can flip through 31 time zones, which is 48 cities, and daylight savings time. There's low temperature resistance at -10 degrees Celsius and water resistance up to 100 meters. Now some other things to know is that the Casio Protract does not feature a button lock ability, which means that occasionally you'll accidentally trigger a button mishap or either reset the time, which can be annoying at times, let's be honest. Also, while the backlight is incredibly bright, whenever you press another button while it's activated, the backlight does shut off. Now, this definitely makes it virtually impossible when, say, you're navigating through the great outdoors at night and you haven't memorized the menu settings quite yet. And although a rather minor consideration, the plus and minus buttons are reversed on the watch. Now, you know how on most watches the increase button is above or before the decrease button on the side of a watch? Well, Casio decided to flip the script and swap those positions, as if you needed something else to remember about this watch. Built with the Casio's new and improved triple sensor function, a durable outer shell, and thick solar power panel, the Casio Protract 3000 can outlast nearly all of its competitors when it comes to the shelf and battery life. Now, the approximate battery life is 7 months on a full charge and without any light exposure, but users confidently claim that the watch lasts nearly a year on just one full charge. Now, the weight of the watch is about 62 grams. The diameter of the watch is around 47 millimeters, and the retail price begins at $300 in US currency. Now, the Casio Protract PRW 3000 is a fantastic watch with exceptional capabilities, offering more than enough for any basic outdoor adventurer. Now, I highly recommend the Casio Protract PRW 3000 to you because it is in the Protract line, and the style and functionality of the watch make it the perfect choice for you since you are already familiar with the functions. And these models fall in the $300 range. Not a flashy timepiece, this watch is beautiful in quite a different way, in that it's rugged, aggressive, and very practical. Alright, cool. So now let's jump into some of the models that you asked about. So with the Protract PRW 3500, here's what I think. Now, the Casio Protract PRW 3500T-7 features solar power and triple sensor technology. And for those watching this that may not know what triple sensor is, it's basically a kind of feature that allows us to pack the compass bearing barometric pressure / altitude and temperature with high precision in this watch. Triple sensor is also referred to as ABC features, right? A for altimeter, B for barometer, and C for compass. Additional features include the 200-meter water resistance, world time in 31 time zones, sunrise sunset data, stopwatch, auto calendar pre-programmed through 2099, 5 daily alarms, battery power indicator, and a phenomenal battery that will last for 7 months on a single charge. And by having all these functions mean that you can have life-saving and navigational features that are both continuously powered and more accurate than most other watch models. As you can see, the PRW 3500 has the same features as that on the PRW 3000, but it's housed in a rugged case with a rotating bezel. Be able to wear this watch with confidence during outdoor water activities, such as fishing, kayaking, and river rafting, in addition to other outdoor activities like mountain climbing or trekking. Now, this particular model that you inquired about, Scott, is the titanium version with a gray case and black bezel. The strap is comfortable, said to be more comfortable than other Protract models like the PAW 2000 and PRG 550 pieces. Now, what I like about this model is the fact that it's able to synchronize with an atomic clock in 5 worldwide locations, which include the US, UK, Germany, Japan, and China. I also like the unidirectional rotary bezel that moves smoothly without much play. Now, from what I know, the rotary bezel is used to help keep track of current and future bearings, which is pretty cool. Anyway, the watch definitely has a nice design without making the watch look too busy, and is very reminiscent of your PAG240T, which means that the learning curve for this watch is nil. Also, I appreciate that the buttons are large and easy to push, and the fact that the straps are interchangeable. Now, the weight of the watch is about 127 grams. The diameter of the watch is around 57 millimeters, and the retail price is $450 in US currency for this titanium edition, which is higher than your intended price. Now, the other PRW 3500 models are in the $300 to $350 retail range. So if you want a watch that is an update to your PAG240T, then the PRW 3500T-7 is your watch. Alright, next let's talk about the Casio Pathfinder PRW2500, which is another model that you mentioned. Now the Casio Pathfinder looks larger than its size thanks to the 5 big buttons for easy push around the case and a pronounced bezel that protects the small dial below. Now you know that Casio digital watches are widely used in military forces, so it's not a surprise to see such an aggressive and robust look on the Pathfinder. And you know that this type of design is what Casio is great at. I really like the nicely placed buttons, which are easy to read and help to identify the function options. And this watch has one of the best backlights. It lays one screen over the other to make seeing the information you want to see much easier. The thing that I think is cool is, of course, the fact that it's solar powered. It has a thin strip of solar cells that encircle the outside of the screen that keeps it powered indefinitely. The Pathfinder doesn't have a problem absorbing enough light, both in the field and in your daily use. Now Casio claims that the Pathfinder could go 6 months without seeing light, which is pretty sweet if you're someone who doesn't use the watch that much. Now the weight of the watch is around 81 to 115 grams, depending on if you get the titanium version or not. The diameter of the watch is about 54 millimeters, and the retail price is $400 in US currency for the titanium version, which is again above the amount that you really want to pay. Right? The PRW2500-1 and the PRW2500R-1 are alternatives to this line, and both are $300 in US currency. Now, similar to the PAG240, this Casio Pathfinder has most of the same features, which makes the transition to this watch pretty easy for you, and is one of the best Pathfinders in the market now. Alright, next we're going to get into a favorite of mine. Now I know you wanted some suggestions about possibly a G-Shock watch that would be great. And although I like models like the Mudmaster, I really think that you would get more bang for your buck with the GW9400 Rangeman. I love the design of this watch. Casio G-Shock GW9400 Rangeman is one of the most important models in the G-Shock world, and is possibly one of the top 2 Casio Rangeman watches available today. The button guards not only significantly increase the case diameter and thickness, but it also adds more to the already robust military appearance of this watch. Now, even though it's considered a big watch, it's not uncomfortable to wear all day long because it's pretty lightweight. And what makes the Rangeman appealing has to do with the stainless steel details on the case and dial. The case band transition is also pretty savvy, so the resin strap doesn't look too small for this watch. And this watch has mineral glass. Now, what's so special about this model is that it is the first Casio G-Shock that includes the full stack of ABC sensor technology. Also, the display is fully digital, featuring a bright LED backlight that automatically lights up when in dark environments. Now, the Rangeman is available in 2 main color swatches, right? You have the green and you have the black. Now, one of the things that I don't care about is the negative display on the green Rangeman. Now, you know that a negative display is difficult to read, and as I've said in one of the other videos when reviewing this watch, don't trust all of these online images, even if you're looking at them all throughout this video. Most people want to show you that the Rangeman, the green Rangeman, is readable from some or most angles, but I'm just going to be honest. Not every angle is a readable angle when it comes to this green Rangeman. The reflective mineral glass makes it hard to read in outdoor use, so if you're still interested in the green Rangeman, be prepared to squint at it to read the face. Otherwise, check out the black Rangeman, which has the positive display. Now, when it comes to the solar powered battery, this Rangeman can last up to 7 months without any light. But truth be told, it actually doesn't need battery charging until every 2 to 3 years. But you have to make sure to wear it at least 1 day per week to keep it running. Now, the weight of the watch is about 93 grams. The diameter of the watch is around 53 millimeters, and the retail price begins at $300 in US currency, which is right in your price range. Now, is the GW Rangeman for you? Well, the Rangeman is a handsome looking tactical watch that is perfect for people who love outdoors. The fact that this Rangeman is solar powered is a huge edge. It's light, durable, water and scratch resistant, and made of high quality steel and priced fairly for the many things it can do. Now, the olive green model may not be the best choice for people with bad eyesight since it does have the negative display, but if that's going to be an issue for you, just consider getting the other Rangeman models. But all in all, this Rangeman is definitely a survival watch and a great watch to get to upgrade your PAG240T. So ultimately, the question is, how would I rank the watches that I suggested to you? Right? And again, we have the PRW3500, PRW3000, we have the PRW2500, and we have the GW9400 Rangeman. So as my number one choice for you, I have both the Rangeman and the Protract PRW2500 because they both give you what you need and want, right? They include the same features as the PAG240, and whether you want to keep it in the Protract / Pathfinder family or grab this G-Shock, you can't go wrong with either one. Now, second choice for you is the PRW3500T, and honestly, the only reason why this is number two is because the price is out of your range. The titanium version is $400, but the other 3500 models are in the $300 to $350 retail range. Essentially, both the 2500 and 3500 models are serious timepieces, but as a preference, I would have to put the 3500 at the second spot. And the third spot belongs to the PRW3000. Now, the reason for this is because from aesthetics, it's a little different compared to the PRW2500 and 3500 models. Not too much though. Also, I don't like the fact that the bands are not interchangeable on the PRW3000. And I don't like that there is no button lock ability and that the backlight goes off when you press another button on the watch, which really doesn't help you when you're using the watch in the dark terrain. So that's just my take on it. These are watches that we think you would enjoy, are still rugged and classy, stays within the $300 range, and can be worn as daily watches. But hey, ultimately, Scott, the choice is up to you. So hopefully this helps you with figuring things out and what your next move will be in the watch world. All of these models discussed have watches that look rugged yet classy and are $300 or below depending on the model. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. All I really care about is making sure I provide you with the valuable content that will help you out, so your feedback is greatly appreciated. Also, make sure you subscribed and you hit that notification bell. We're dropping content every single day, so I want to make sure that you get notified when our next video drops. That's all for now. I'll talk to you soon. And as always, continue to rock your G-Shock nonstop. Deuces!